making their way back to church. Somebody should get excited about that. Amen. Hallelujah. Luke chapter 22. Amen. Would you slide down to verse number 31? Minister BJ preached this text in the summer, but I seen something here that pushed me this week. When you have Luke 22:31, would you shout, I got it? King James says, and the Lord said, Simon, Simon, behold, Satan has desired to have you. He's not playing no games with you. As a matter of fact, he wants to sift you like wheat. He's trying to kill you. He wants to destroy you. He wants to wipe you out. But aren't you glad that it didn't end in verse 31? See, I didn't come for everybody today. I came for... Verse number 32 says, but I, not my angels. I didn't give this to the angels. I didn't give it to the seraphims and the cherubims. No, I have prayed for thee. Somebody gonna grab it in the morning. And he didn't just randomly start praying. He says specifically, I pray that your faith fail not. Here's where I'm going. And when you are converted, when you come out of this, your new assignment when you get out is to strengthen your brother. I hope I can get through this. The good news Bible says, Simon, Simon, listen. Satan has, watch the Good News translation, Mello, I hope this bless you. It says, Simon, Simon, listen. Watch this now. Satan has received permission to test you. And he wants to separate you, the good and the bad, as a farmer separates the wheat from the chaff. But I prayed for you that your faith will not fail. And when you turn back to me, you must strengthen your brother. Would you look at your neighbor left or right? It don't matter, because we're going to talk to the other one in just a moment. Repeat our subject after me. Say, neighbor. Neighbor. Oh, neighbor. Oh, neighbor. What you're going through right now, what you're dealing with right now, is not just for you, but it's for somebody else. Look at your neighbor on the other side and say, neighbor. Oh, neighbor. What you're dealing with right now is bigger than you. It's for somebody else. Spirit of the living God, fall fresh in this place today. Meet every need in the name of Jesus. Give us clarity and insight. Give us direction right now. In the name of Jesus, we pray. Our soul says amen. High five your neighbor and say, neighbor, I'm coming out of this. You may have your seats. I'm coming out of this. This is not the end of the story. I'm coming out of this. I'm coming out and I'm coming out stronger than when I went in. The devil is a liar. On Christ the solid rock I stand. All of the ground is sinking sand. All right, let's work it out. This is bigger than you. This is bigger than you. As I was in the gym this week, I was talking to my trainer and was telling him about my journey to live better and to become more healthier. I told him it appeared that I've hit a wall and I've hit a plateau. I've maxed out. Because you see, in the beginning, the results were pouring in, and it seems as if, amen, I was on my way to my goal faster than I could see it. And he said to me, what you now have to do is push harder than you ever pushed before. What you have done before, I wish I had a witness in here. Your body is now fighting against the progress which you've made already. So now you're going to have to confuse your own body so that you can begin to get some new results. I don't know who I'm talking to today. I told him, I said, that can't be the case, because when I leave the gym, Mother Parsons, I'm exhausted, I'm tired, I'm dripping with sweat, I'm depleted, I have no more energy, I have no stamina, and I feel like I've done all I can do. He says, well, Reverend, he said, now you need to get an outside push. Because your body has determined and decided that you will not win. I don't know who I'm talking to. As I begin to ponder on that thought, the thought crossed my mind. Could it be that this is why there is a great falling away from church? Many of us have checked out of church because we come, but we're not mentally and we're not physically invested in the nuances of church because we're not getting the same results we used to get. You remember in the beginning of your journey, the joy bells were ringing, weren't they? Amen. They were ringing in your soul, and you had Hezekiah Walker on your playlist. Y'all not talking to me. And you started tithing, and you didn't negotiate with God, and whatever God said give, you gave, and certainly there was no doubt that Sunday was the Lord's day. When folk was asking you how you were doing, you declared, amen, as loud as you could, I'm blessed. I see I got some saints in the house. I'm blessed and I'm highly favored. You had no idea that when you gave Jesus your heart and the preacher your hand, amen, you had no idea that when you were making Jesus your choice, that Satan was on the other side of that begging for you. In the text we see, amen, that Simon is having a conversation. That Jesus is having a conversation with my man Peter. And he's letting Peter know, Peter, you got to be careful right through here, because watch this. Satan is now begging for you. He's not just asking for you, but he's begging for you. Somebody shout, he's begging for me. Isn't it amazing? Isn't it amazing? Out of all the people the enemy has in his world, he's begging for little old you. Isn't it amazing, amen, that oftentimes you don't have two nickels to rub together, but still somehow or another the enemy is begging for you. Isn't it amazing? Doesn't it make your mind wonder why he's begging for you? Well, I came to make an announcement all the way from Waldorf, Maryland. I know why he's begging for you. Yes, I do. I know why. You know why he's begging for you? Because out of all the stuff he's sending your way, you just won't quit. I wish I had a witness in here. Every time he tries to send something your way, it may rock your boat a little bit, but you get back up again. And every time he calls you to cry, every time he calls your body to get sick, here you go talking about by his stripes I'm healed. And every time he sends one storm after another storm, you keep bouncing bouncing back up and bouncing back up. I don't know who I'm preaching to, but is there anybody in the house today? You may be down, but you're not out. I wish you would high five your neighbor and say, I may took some L's, but I declare I'm not defeated. And I'm getting ready to come out of this one just like I came out of the last one. I need somebody to give God a crazy praise like you know. I know why he's begging for me. He's trying to stop you. He's trying, every time he hits you with a right hook, amen, here you come getting back up. Anybody who knows me, you know I enjoyed the whole Rocky series. And what I love about watching the movie Rocky is that I don't care how bad and how beaten Rocky, amen, looked and felt, he just would not stay down. He just kept bouncing back up and bouncing back up and bouncing back up. No matter how much the blood was streaming down his face, no matter how black or purple his eye was, he kept looking at them saying, I'm going to get back up. And as a matter of fact, he was fighting one enemy and he told him, I'm not going down no more. And I don't know about you, but I got a revelation from the movie Rocky, and God told me to tell you, if you keep getting up, the devil can't count you out. Y'all not hearing what I'm saying? If you keep getting up, the devil can't count you out. Look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, I'm getting up again. I'm getting up again. I can't stay down. I can't give up because God's got an assignment on my life. I don't know who I'm talking to. You got an assignment. You got destiny. You got vision. And you can't die. You can't stay right here. If you're going to get back up, make some noise in this house. He says he wants you. He's begging for you. And I don't want you to get it twisted. I don't want you to get confused and to think that he just wants you. No, but he wants everything that's attached to you. He wants your marriage to be destroyed. He wants your children to be strung out on drugs. He wants your bank account to be topsy-turvy. He wants your career. He wants you to end up fired and your 401k zapped. He's trying to kill, steal, and destroy you. But I wish I had about 10 radical folk in here that would testify if it's a fight that the devil wants. It's a fight that he's going to get. Look at your neighbor and say, he may have some stuff, but he can't have all the stuff. And as a matter of fact, I'm getting ready to go into his camp. And I'm getting ready to take everything that he stole from me. Look at your neighbor and say, get ready, here I come. Oh, come on, shake your neighbor and say, ready or not, here I come. I'm coming in there and I'm coming to get my joy. I'm coming to get my peace. I'm coming to get my happiness. I'm coming to get all that he stole from me. Somebody throw your head back and shout, I'm coming. He's begging. He's begging for you. As a matter of fact, one translation says, I gave him permission to test you. I gave him permission to test you, and I asked the text question. I said, God, why would you give him permission to take me through all these changes? Why are you giving him permission to cause me to cry in the midnight hour? Why are you giving him permission to mess up my finances and relations? Y'all not talking to me. See, and God says, I gave him permission. I hope y'all can handle this. I gave him permission because I want to know, are you worshiping me for stuff? Or is there an authenticity attached to the worship? See, in this next move, God says, I'm looking for folk who don't call me just when they need me. Amen. But when your back is up against the wall, you say, God, he can have the car. He can have the house. Amen. All I need is a closer walk with you. I wish I had somebody. Amen. You're not serving God for no bag, for no red bottoms, for no MAC makeup. You're not serving him for no tailored suit. You're not serving him for no Mercedes Benz. You're not serving him for a new house. But you know, if it had not been for God who was on your side, I wish somebody would give God a praise and shout, Lord, I'm with you all the way. The only way God knows that you are in it for amen, the right reasons is he got to allow you to go through the testing process. He's got to allow some stuff to come your way. He's got to allow some stuff to rock your boat. Amen. He's got to allow some things to make you cry. Amen. A little now, every now and then, because the old church used to say, if I never had a problem, how would I know that you could solve them? In other words, the old school saints would say, amen, I now know him to be a healer because I experienced sickness. Oh, y'all not hear what I'm saying? See, there has to come a point in your life, in every believer's life, where this thing is not just what you heard. Oh, I just lost about half of y'all. This cannot just be about what you heard. But every now and then you got to say, no, I didn't read this. This is what I know. Amen. I was sick and I couldn't get well. And the doctors walked away shaking their head. I ain't read this in the book. I closed my eyes on the hospital bed and said, Lord, I need you to do what no other power can do. And don't you know he stepped in just in the nick of time? Is there anybody in the house, you got a testimony that you didn't read in a book, you didn't buy it, but you paid a price for it? I need somebody to jump to your feet and shout, I paid a price for this testimony. Oh, y'all still playing games. I'm talking about somebody who's been in hell's fire. I'm talking about somebody who was broke, busted, and disgusted. And now you know that God is the supplier of all your needs. Somebody give God a praise, because it's not what you heard, but it's what you know. Y'all sit. So he's got to allow you to get some first-hand experience, because he needs to know, do you have what it takes? So when I elevate you, this is not just a plaything. When I put the spotlight on you, I know that you're not going to buckle under pressure. Y'all not hearing what I'm saying? When I elevate you, you're not going to start whining and complaining every time a storm come your way. So I allow the enemy now to test you. I gave him permission to rock your world. 3 things I see in the text, and we're going to raise up out of here because watch this. The text says in verse number 31, Simon, the enemy desire to have you, and he's going to sift you. He's going to try to sift you as wheat. But watch the movement of the text. Verse number 2 says, but I have prayed for you. That if you're taking notes, that's the first note take. Amen. I want you to know that no matter how difficult the night season gets in your life, I need you to know without a shadow of a doubt that no matter how rough and tough it gets, Jesus makes you a promise right here, and he says, I have prayed for you. Satan, he's trying to sift you as wheat, but I prayed for you. Now this messed me up, because watch this, you got to understand something here, that Jesus is not just anybody talking here. Jesus is God in flesh. Oh, did I lose you? Y'all get happy when you sing the song. You came from heaven to earth to show. Jesus is now God in flesh. So if Jesus is God in flesh, then who is he praying to? See, I messed y'all up. Because watch this. Jesus is God in flesh, and he says to Simon, I'm praying for you. In other words, Jesus is having a conversation to himself as it relates to Simon about himself. And he's letting Simon know, I'm praying for you. And if he's praying to himself concerning my faith, then there's no way I can lose. Y'all just missed what I said. The old church used to say, there is no failure in God. Let me bring it a little closer to you. I'm glad that you praying for me. I'm glad that y'all over here are praying for me. First Lady, I'm real excited that you prayed for me. But I'm telling you, I get joy to know that Jesus himself, y'all not hearing what I'm saying, is praying for me. I'm so glad that he's taking some time and he's placing me on his agenda and he's placing me on his radar. And I don't know about you, but if I'm on Jesus' radar, there's no way I can lose. Would you high five your neighbor and say, neighbor, square your shoulders, stick your chest out, lift up your head, because you're coming out of this alive. Oh, y'all not hearing what I'm saying? I don't know who I'm talking to. You may be in the midnight season of your life, but that's a good place to be, because weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. And the reason why joy has to come is because Jesus is praying. Somebody clap your hands. Give God a praise like you know Jesus is praying for you. That's why the bullet flew over you. But it did not hit you because Jesus was praying. Oh, y'all not hearing what I'm saying? That's why when you had a one-night stand and you was out of your mind, you didn't wake up with nothing you couldn't get rid of. Oh, I wish y'all better come on, talk to me. Because Jesus was praying. I need somebody to give God a 30-second praise. And give God thanks that he was praying when you didn't even pray for yourself, when you didn't even know what to pray for. Jesus was praying for you. Woo! I said Jesus was praying for me. That's why I didn't die, while other folk died of the same stuff I was dealing with. Because Jesus was praying. And I don't know about you, but I'm so glad he prayed. I'm so glad he prayed. If you're glad about it, I dare you to open up your mouth, scream in this house like you're glad about it. He says, y'all sit. He says that I'm praying for you. And watch this. I'm praying that your faith fails not. This is a good place right here, because it's awesome to know that Jesus himself is praying for us. But he says, I'm praying specifically that your faith fails not. Not only is he praying for us, because you got a whole lot of folk that would suggest, I'm praying for you. But watch this. Jesus is not only praying, but he's pulling for us. Oh, yeah, y'all just missed it. He says, I'm praying that your faith fails not. Not just, I'm praying for you. Yeah. You know, you got some folk that you sit in church with, know you're going through. And they have the resources. Y'all not hearing what I'm saying? They have the wherewithal to get you out of it. But they'll look you right in the face and say, I'm praying for you. It's quiet right here. It's quiet right through here. They know you need a ride to church. They see you, they pass you at the bus stop getting to church. But they would suggest to you, I'm praying for you. Y'all don't like no honest preaching in the house. Jesus did not just do that. Jesus says, not only am I praying for you, but I'm pulling for you. In other words, I'm rooting for you. I'm hoping and praying and I'm doing everything I can so that you can get out of this alive. See, you got to understand something right here. He says, I'm praying that your faith fails not. says, without faith, it is impossible to please me. So Simon, listen to me, boy. I need you to come out of this with your faith still intact. Now watch the text. It did not say while you're going through, it's going to be easy. But if I'm praying that your faith don't fail, all hell is getting ready to break loose. Yeah, I'm praying that when you go through this, your faith don't fail. In other words, you're going to have to call me good when it don't look good. You're going to have to believe me when you can't find me. Oh, I ain't say I ain't got no faithful folk in the house. Amen. Because you only believe God when everything is going your way. You only believe God when God says yes, yes, yes. But I wish I had about 7 of y'all that will testify, God, I don't care how bad it looks. I ain't going nowhere. I'm not going back to marijuana. I'm not going back to smoking weed. I'm not going back to drinking. I wish I had somebody that will testify, God, you're going to have to get me out. And if you can't get me out, there is no way out. I'm going to stay right here with God. I need you to pull on your neighbor right through here. Pull him like you're getting ready to shake their arm off. And say, neighbor, when you come out of this, make sure you bring your faith with you. Now loose that hand and give God a praise while you're still yet in it, while you're still dealing with it, while you still don't have enough to afford it, and believe God will make a way somehow, some way. God is getting ready to do it. If you believe it, give God a praise. Open up your mouth. Oh yes. I dare you to go to 3 people and say, Jesus is rooting for you. Jesus is in your corner. He's on your side. Keep on going. Keep on pushing. Open up your mouth. Give him a crazy praise. Like you know God is still in control. I'm almost done. Y'all sister, I got one more. He says, I'm praying that your faith does not fail. Verse number 32 says, I'm praying that your faith does not fail. He says, but when, y'all just missed it. He says, when you come out of this. See, church folk don't know when to shout. He says, Simon, listen to me. Satan has desired to sift you as wheat. And if you don't keep your faith intact, he will sift you as wheat. But Peter, I'm praying. Simon, I'm praying that your faith fails not. But he says, he shifts the conversation. He says, you know what? Forget about all that other stuff. I know I said I'm praying that your faith fails not, but he says, let me just shift this a little further. He says, when you are converted. Y'all just missed it. Let me give it to you one more time. He says, I'm praying that your faith don't fail. Then he says, wait a minute. I am the great I am. I am the lily of the valley. I am the bright and morning star. Watch this. I hope y'all can handle this. I know the ending of a thing before it begins. I know he desires to sift you as wheat. But when you are converted, in other words, there is an expectation that when the devil gives it his best shot, you're going to still be standing. I don't know who I'm talking to, but would you do me a favor and shake your neighbor's hand real good and say, neighbor, the devil gave it his best shot. He tried to destroy me. But nanny boo-boo, I'm still here. If you're still here, Oh, you coming out of this. I said, you coming out of this. High five you. I dare you to push your neighbor and say, you coming out of this. I can't leave you in here to die. You coming out of this. I know you crying, but you coming out of this. I know they lying on you, but you coming out of this. I know they talking about you like a dog, but you coming out of this. I know they said you're not going to make it, but you coming out of this. I know they said your marriage won't survive this, but you're coming out of this. You're coming out, you're coming out. I'm coming out of this. I'm coming out of this. Watch this. He says, I'm praying for you. I'm almost done. He says, I'm praying for you. I'm pulling for you. I'm rooting for you. But he says, listen. He says, not only are you coming out. Oh, I hope y'all can handle this. Huh? Y'all great. Take my little church out. He says, to give you an assurance that you're coming out, I'm going to attach purpose. I'm going to attach some purpose. I hope y'all can handle this. He says, I'm going to attach purpose to make sense of the pain. Y'all didn't hear what I just said. He says, I'm going to attach some purpose to make sense of the pain. Watch this. He says, when you are converted, here's the purpose: strengthen your brother. Wait a minute. You mean to tell me I've been crying and whining and sick and busted and disgusted, and this wasn't even about me? Oh, I wish I had somebody. God says, when you are converted, I need you to strengthen your brother. Grab your neighbor for the last time, and I want you to pull on him real good and say, neighbor, now I know why the devil was after me. Now I know why he was trying to kill me. Now I know why he was trying to wipe me out. This wasn't even about me, but this was for somebody else. So say, neighbor, when you come out of this, when you get through with this, I need you to give God a ridiculous praise and go strengthen somebody else. Tell them how you made it over. Tell them how he brought you out. Tell them how he kept your mind together. Open up your mouth. Scream in here. Give God a praise. I'm getting ready to close. He says, when you come out of this, I need you to strengthen your brother, because the devil wants to sift you as wheat. I don't know how many of y'all might not know this, but I used to work at a place called Popeyes. Find the key, amiga, find it, because I feel Baptist now. I used to work at a place called Popeyes. And I used to fry the chicken in Popeyes. And I used to be back there with the flour, and they used to tell me, while you're flouring the chicken, you gotta flour and flip the chicken over. And then when your flour gets some lumps in it, you're gonna have to use this thing called the sifter. And you're gonna have to put the flour in the sifter. And you're gonna have to wind it up. And you're gonna have to shake it. And when the flour comes out of the sifter, it's going to be as if it was never damaged in the first place. I don't know who I'm preaching to, but God told me that this thing that you're dealing with is not designed to take you out, but it's going to take you up. All I need you to do is keep your faith intact. Look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, keep it together. This is not about you. This is about other lives attached to you. That's watching you. Watching how you go through it. Watching how you deal with it. God says, when you come out of this, strengthen your brother. I'm finished. Everybody standing all over the church. Put your hand in your neighbor's hand. This has nothing to do with you.